Welcome to Author Timeline Thursday with a quote from Chris Baty, who said, "Deadlines are the mother of all motivation." I love that. Hi there, my name is Christopher Diarmani, and it is my pleasure, it is my passion to empower aspiring Christian nonfiction writers just like you, so you can share your story of God, how God led you out of trauma and into triumph, that trauma to triumph journey, so you can make the impact that you know you're born to make in this world. And one of the pathways towards achieving this in your life is the deadline. Truly is. Deadlines drive focus. They're beautiful for that. The closer the deadline, and I'm sure you felt this, I know I have, the closer the deadline, the greater my focus and the greater my motivation to meet it. Got to meet that deadline, especially if I haven't kept up with my daily writing sessions. Can you relate? Yeah. It's so important to keep those daily writing sessions, because the easiest way, truly, the easiest way to meet any goal, whatever it is in your life, is to simply work diligently towards it every single day. Makes life really simple. Let me ask you this, what's easier? Writing 50,000 words in a week because you've ignored your writing deadlines for the last month or two? Or is it easier to simply write every single day? Writing, 1,900 words every day, taking some days off, having a day to relax and recuperate and recharge those batteries? I think the answer is quite simple. Writing daily is obviously the easier path, and yet we don't do it. We know it's the easiest way to get the job done, and yet we don't do it. In my own life, I find this incredibly annoying at times, because every day's writing session is just a small, manageable chunk, a couple thousand words. I can do a couple thousand words in a day, standing on my head. My bet is, so can you. But when I ignore those small, daily, manageable chunks of writing, then my deadline becomes this horrible monster, this beast that threatens to destroy not only my book, but my vision for my ideal future, because this book is a huge part of how I'm going to help someone else turn their path from trauma into triumph, into a success. Can't be done otherwise, right? And so if I ignore those small daily deadlines, those things that are really easy to do, sadly, they're also really easy to just set aside. Oh, well, I'll just make up the time tomorrow. I'll make up the time tomorrow. Have you ever lied to yourself like that? I know I have. Never works out well, right? Proverbs 21:5 beautifully supports this principle of daily, regular, hard work, diligently working towards my writing goals. The plans of the diligent lead surely to plenty, but those of everyone who is hasty surely to poverty. If I'm too busy, to write today, guess what? I'm forcing myself to drive into the ditch on Publication Highway, and that's just flat out dumb. This is why I personally believe that your complete, detailed roadmap for author success is so incredibly vital to your journey. Because with this complete, detailed roadmap for success, you know everything you need to know to complete the journey easily, happily, joyfully, gratefully, excitedly. You know all of your deadlines, the first draft deadline, your final draft deadline, and of course your publication date, the one that you really don't want to miss. You also know how much time you have every single day to devote to writing. You'll know how to design your writing schedule, because you've taken the time to figure out, well, what does my day look Monday through Sunday, right? Figuring all that stuff out. Most importantly, of course, you know your why. Why is it so important for me to write this book? Why is it on my heart to do this? I mean, it's terrifying on one hand, because all of the crap that I went through, all the trauma, all the tragedy, all the horrible stuff I went through, dealing with that, especially writing it down and facing it on paper, it can be really challenging. It can force us into a place where one of two things will occur. Either we'll go back into hiding, or we'll embrace the challenge, face it head on, and do the work required so that we can help others, because we're not the only ones that have gone through this crap. We really aren't. And the reason this book is so important to write, the reason it's on our heart so heavily, is because we know we're not alone. We know we're not the only person, and we know that our story, our journey, our experience, our strength, our hope for the future can help someone else, which is why we do this stuff. So knowing all of this stuff at a really deep level, it'll power you through all those days where the challenges that you may face tomorrow on Publication Highway, well, knowing your why, knowing who you're trying to help, all that makes it so much easier to slog through, if you will, those challenging days. And so you can have the following day where it's, great, I get to write. I love that I get to write today. That's what it's supposed to be about. That's what this journey is all about. And if you want to learn more, then I would highly encourage you to simply go to authorcoach.click/dreams and schedule a simple appointment with me. We'll go through a process of figuring out your why, and we'll get you started on building that complete detailed roadmap for your author success. So give that a try. Reach out to me at authorcoach.click/dreams. And whether you do or whether you don't, embrace this simple thought. Deadlines are the mother of all motivations. Set a deadline. Make it really uncomfortable. Figure out how long it'll take you to write that first draft, and then cut off 5 days from it. Force yourself out of your comfort zone, using the deadline to make that happen. It'll be a really amazing journey, and you'll be scared, you'll be excited, you'll be terrified, you'll be joyous, you'll be grateful, you'll be all of those things at some point in time. But that's going to happen no matter what. So why not take a moment and build a path, a roadmap that will actually get you there? With that, have a